Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is me going with Q2 of the Biweekly Contest 96. Minimum operations to make array equal 2. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord, especially if you celebrate Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year. That'll be, a good red envelope to me if you hit the like button or something like that. Yeah, so this one, as you can kind of see from the leaderboard, and this is, the best people, a lot of people got a wrong answer, including me. We'll go over why in a sec. Where is me? Oh, yeah, including me. So yeah, basically, excuse me. The key part about this problem is realizing that everything you can do is forced. What do I mean by forced? There's this concept that I talk about from time to time. So if you subscribe and watch a lot of videos, I do talk about this idea about decisions, right? Meaning that, do you have a choice to make, or or is it forced every time, right? And what do I mean by that? That means that, for example, let's say we have this input. Let's say we have this input and k is equal to 3, right? What does this mean? That means that in order to move 4 to 1, what does that mean? Well, you have to subtract 4. Or you have to subtract 3 from 4. There's no decision, right? There's only one way to get to 1. There's only one condition. There's no choice, right? So you make one move. Same thing here, right? 1 to 7, we have to add twice. So then you have to add 2 moves. There's no decision here. And then here you have to subtract 1 again. And then, that's it. There's no decisions here. There's no decision everywhere, right? You have to go in that same way. And because addition, it's... I forget the term, but basically, you could add and then subtract the same number and you get back to the same number, right? Obviously. But what makes that is that there's no other way to get in between numbers. Also, maybe obvious, but I just want to say it out loud. Like if you have to add, if you have to add 2 and you're an odd number, there's no way to get an even number from that, right? Same thing for k is greater than 2. So that's basically the idea, and that's basically the algorithm that I did. I did a quick thing here that I don't think we need it, but I just did it anyway because I was thinking about it while I was doing it. So the wrong answer that I got, and a lot of people probably got, is this one where, well, k is equal to 0. If k is equal to 0, I just don't have a case for it, and then I have a mod here which gives me the wrong answer, right? So, or it gives me a one-time error even, right? So that's basically why I have a wrong answer. So if you handle k is equal to 0, and you just have to say out loud, right? Meaning if you cannot add or subtract a number, they have to be already equal, and they're already equal, you don't make any moves. Otherwise, you just can't, right? So that should be obvious. I think one thing that I didn't really talk about that much is that let me bring this back a little bit. Is that I call this the idea of debt or borrowing. I mean, I think you probably hear it as borrowing from other places, but I call it debt because it's the same reason. But basically meaning that instead of kind of looking for another pair to match this up now, you know that in the future you need to go in the other direction, right? What do I mean? I mean that if I have to subtract 3 from here, I know that in the future I have to add 3 somewhere. Doesn't matter where, somewhere. So I kind of borrow a +3 from the future, or -3, depending on how you want to say it. But basically, you have to borrow an operation in the future, and that's basically the idea. And also, there's no decision there either, right? There's no choice. You have to do it. So that's basically the core part of the other part of the problem. This comes up actually somewhat frequently. This idea of borrowing and forced moves. So definitely, I'll try to understand that. But basically I go, okay, in this case, delta can be negative. And also this is the thing where, like, if you're multiple of 3s or something like that, but the delta is not a multiple of 3, then you cannot get to that number no matter what, so I return -1. Otherwise there's this idea of delta is a signed number, meaning that it could be negative. And what do I mean by it could be negative, right? That means that I'm just keeping track of whether we add or subtract that number of times, right? And actually, we don't even need to do it by k on this part because everything is divided by k, but I guess that's besides the point. and then the number of moves is just the absolute value of this value, because basically, yeah. And then at the end, if depth is 0, meaning that everything evened out, then we return the moves divided by 2. It's moves divided by 2 because you have to move, one move is 2 things in opposite direction, right? So that's why. Otherwise, if that is not 0, that means that you have more addition than subtraction, or more subtraction than addition, and you return -1. Yeah. So what is the complexity here? You can kind of see it, right? It is linear time, linear time, constant space. This is linear. This is linear. This is obviously linear, but everything else is constant. So yeah, linear time, constant space. And that's what I have for this one. Let me know what you think, and you could watch me yourself live during the contest. Now, I thought I could. That was kind of weird. Typing so weird. It's not the only one. Oh, yeah, right. Both sides. I hate you. I didn't look at the constraints. I think I kind of didn't think about this one. Yeah, that was a silly mistake. I mean, I watched that one a little bit, probably. Too arrogant. Read the next one. Yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about today's contest, this problem, and everything in between. Yeah, stay good, stay healthy, to good mental health. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye bye.